Alright, so two quick things before this video starts. Number one, for some reason Twitch does not want to work with me right now, so I can't get my background footage. So until I can figure out whatever the problem is, you guys are going to be stuck with Penguin stock footage, which I mean, that's not really that bad of a thing. I mean, look at that little guy. Aww. And number two, I forgot to record an intro for this video, and it's almost midnight. So if you guys are watching this on Monday, which is when I intended to get this video out, then I recorded this intro last night, and present me is currently tired. So, yeah. When it comes to Disney movies, in my eyes, you're either one of two people. You either love Disney movies, or you didn't have a great childhood, and I do feel sorry for you. If you're a big Disney fan like me, and you've seen every single Disney movie except Dumbo, then I think we can all agree that no matter what age we are, we're still gonna love to watch just a good old-fashioned Disney movie like Lion King or Hercules or Chicken Little. This was a great movie, you can't change my mind. But there's some people that want to take away that childhood from us. One of those people is Screen Rant. Screen Rant is a YouTube channel with 8.23 million subs, which most of you might know them for Pitch Meeting.
So anyway, Elsa heads up into the mountains and builds a giant ice castle to live in. A castle that's fully made of ice? Yeah, pretty sweet, right? But where's she gonna poop? Well, she doesn't have any food to eat, so maybe she won't poop at all. Yeah, I don't understand how she intends to stay alive there. Yeah, me neither. Let's not think about this at all, okay? Sounds like a plan to me.
And while I do like Pitch Meeting, that is the only thing I like on their channel. In 2020, they released a video that involved 30 of the most paused Disney moments that are meant for adults. Now, I saw this video thinking, oh, okay, this is gonna be all fun and games to see what's going on. I was wrong. There is BS, lies, deceivement, other words that make me sound smart. And I decided I'm going to make a reaction video from this. So, this is where we are. Now, if you want to see more of these videos, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get on with the video.
Yeah.
Alright, I have the video pulled up, and yeah, let's do this.
Heard your princess was a sight lovely to see.
The Genie and the Sultan. Some fans may prefer the dark horse couple of Jafar and Jasmine.
Hold up, let me stop you right there. You're telling me that that smoking hot lady is apparently being shipped with that guy. Who would ship that? Two things with Jafar right here. First of all, look how long his smile is. The distance between Jasmine's chin and her earlobe is around that same length. So that's already concerning to me. And the main thing that's concerning to me, look at his nose. He has a dick tip for a nose.
Some may want to see Aladdin end up with another girl from the streets of Agrabah. And then there's the paused scene that showcased the odd pairing of the Genie and the Sultan.
Okay, hold up. Hold up again. Why would he use that screenshot? Earlier in this video, you showed a better scene that would have depicted that Genie and the Sultan would have gone together. If you used that one, I would have believed you. But with this one, no, this kind of looks like the Genie's like trying to molest the Sultan.
No weaknesses whatsoever.
An exhausted Hercules. In this very suggestive screenshot, Hercules and Meg look both mentally and physically exhausted. And anyone that sees this paused moment will think that the exhaustion is just from battling monsters. The look on Meg alone is enough to give it all away. Her hair is a mess, she appears quite sweaty, and seems completely out of breath as she clings onto her Herculean god. Hercules himself can't keep his cool either. The charming god of strength looks completely out of his element, with a dazed look on his face.
Okay, maybe Hercules is tired because he was fighting the monsters. He literally just fought a Hydra. I'm pretty sure he did. I haven't seen the movie in a while. I don't know why Meg's tired. She probably just had an orgasm riding the Pegasus. I mean, look at the way her body bounced off the horse.
A Jungle Book psychosis. This young, abandoned boy just happened to befriend a bunch of wild animals and sing musical numbers with them? There's something fishy about that.
Yeah, something fishy about animals talking in a Disney movie. What's fishy about that? Okay, let's look up what the first Disney movie was. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. A movie where a woman is talking to really short men. And we all know short men don't exist. Now let me point this out real quick. This video did so poorly that they turned off the number of likes to dislikes, probably because the dislike went so wrong.
We see a close-up shot of the Black Panther, Bagheera. Bagheera played the role of a loyal best friend and mentor to Mowgli, despite the predatory nature of these animals in real life. The close-up shot of Bagheera showcases the panther with 6 eyes instead of 2. Was this a mistake? Or was it a slight revelation that Mowgli's whole jungle adventure was all just a crazy trip on some bad hallucinogens that Mowgli mistook for survival food?
No, it showed how bad editing was back then because, well, the technology wasn't as advanced, so you couldn't fix smear frames like that.
Prince?
Prince Charming's second life. The world of Disney is filled with a lot of inspiring and great love stories.
This is
There's
true.
Sleeping Beauty and Prince Philip, there's Simba and Nala, there's Anna and Kristoff. Even though Cinderella is a classic Disney animated film, the love story does not live up to some of the other epics.
Fair.
Most of this blame can be placed directly on Prince Charming. Boring and undeveloped, Prince Charming may seek a princess to lead the land with, but we don't get to know much about him other than his obsession with fancy glass dress shoes.
Because it's called Cinderella, not Prince Charming.
During this one specific shot, we get a glimpse of Charming during his big ball. Prince Charming not only looks like he'd rather be anywhere else, but his demeanor, outfit, and expression make it seem like he was seeking another prince rather than a princess.
Hold up, what?
Seeking another prince rather than a princess.
This guy's just yawning. What makes you think that he's into dudes? I mean, if he is, then that's cool. But what about that makes you think that he's gay?
The white gloves, the lips that look like lipstick has been pressed against them, etc, etc.
His lips look the same throughout the whole movie. And what do you mean his white glove? That's just because that's just what they did back then. They put gloves on. Okay, they didn't show bare hands. I don't know why, but that was just part of the dress attire. They put on gloves.
Maybe Disney was a little more progressive than they actually seemed back in the 1950s.
Look, Cinderella over here. She's wearing gloves. You think she's in the party? No.
After with Cinderella, even a fairy godmother can't save this relationship.
Okay, that woman turned a pumpkin into a chariot. I'm pretty sure she could make him straight if he was actually gay, which I still am 100% sure. He's not into dudes. If he was into dudes, then why did he look through the whole entire village looking for the right woman to fit the shoe? This guy's making me really upset. He's not making me mad. He might make me pissed off later, but he hasn't done that yet.
Flynn's problems. Sure, he was a petty thief, but there was clearly something more to his constant movements. Maybe it was just a medical condition all along.
What do you mean, medical condition?
Multiple paused moments in the 2010 animated film showcase some odd looks on Flynn's face. Each of these could be easily interpreted as some type of medical issue for Flynn. Our guess? Irritable bowel syndrome.
What? Hold on, I gotta hear that again.
Our guess? Irritable bowel syndrome. Irritable bowel syndrome.
Irritable bowel syndrome.
Irritable? Bowel syndrome. Ooh, what drugs are you guys on?
With Rapunzel's hair wrapped around his neck, Flynn makes his strangest face in the film as his eyes bug out and his mouth shows some exasperation.
Probably because he literally just punched himself in the face. Whoever was recording this video, I don't know, they probably did a ton of meth, or weed, or both. And he's like, yo, you know Flynn, what if he shit. And then they started recording this.
Oh my.
Jane's botched BOTOX. In a freeze frame where Tarzan carries Jane to safety, her hand swings up and nails Tarzan in the face. While Tarzan's face looks like a normal reaction to a slap, Jane's face
Obviously an animation error, but that's just funny.
becomes completely distorted. Her eyes look uneven, her cheeks are pointing in different directions, and it looks like her smile is frozen in place.
Yeah, her eyes aren't right, her cheeks are going different places, her mouth isn't looking right. Yeah, you forgot to mention the elongated head shape.
I want to do something for her. But what?
Beast's eating disorder. In the shot, the beast stuffs his face with platters of food. refusing to use forks and knives like a typical human. Not only does he eat messily, but he eats more than you can imagine. Just glancing at this frame alone will make you think that the beast has an eating disorder.
I'm sorry, that's just not true. He just eats a lot. When he turned into the beast, he turned into a big guy. You gotta eat a lot when you're big. When he was a human, he had to eat less because he was smaller, both in body size and possibly wiener size.
Exhibit A. The beast was not always a beast. He was once a human. Not just any ordinary human, but a lavish prince that probably spent years attending formal dinners and taking etiquette classes.
Yes, he was a prince. He did take etiquette classes. He's been like that for 10 years. You're gonna lose all that etiquette when no one comes into your castle and you don't have any guests.
A lavish meal is made every night, and before Belle arrived, it was just the beast eating these meals.
Like I said, it's just he has to eat a lot. If he shrunk, he would barely eat anything. If he stayed the same size, he'd probably eat the same amount. But because he grew big, he has to eat more.
Hopefully children don't pick up on any of these issues and transfer it into their own lives.
Maybe if you don't make videos like this, you're not gonna make children think about this.
So lonely.
Frozen Fever. A look at Elsa showcased her surrounded by a huge puff of smoke inside a small wooden structure. Elsa's not avoiding this smoke at all, but she actually waves her hands to inhale it. What exactly is this smoke, and how does it contribute to Elsa's powers?
Two things. One, that's steam. And two, in Frozen Fever, Elsa has a cold. And, little science fact, steam is good for colds.
Does anyone else know about this secret shed? Not only would children be suspicious of this paused moment, but Anna is looking on suspiciously in the background. Anna may need to look out for what she's carrying though. That giant loaf of bread could end up being a huge craving for Elsa.
Are you telling me that lodge guy from Frozen is taking, I don't know, some type of sauna and weed smoke? And then Elsa's gonna smell it and then get the munchies for a sandwich? Look, I wish that's what happened, okay?
The Little Mermaid. Ariel's desperate attempts to communicate with Eric without her voice resulted in some very exaggerated hand gestures, which Eric seemed to join in with. If you pause the movie at just the right time, they don't look like Disney characters at all. The pair actually look more like members of The Sopranos.
Okay, hold on, what? This does not look like this.
The Princess and the Frog. Like the aforementioned Flynn Rider, Charlotte LaBouffe from 2009's The Princess and the Frog was a very attractive character, but a paused moment from one particular scene spoils that notion. It comes in the scene when Charlotte puts Tiana's tiara on her head in the bedroom. As Charlotte adjusts her top, her face, for a mere moment, looks absolutely ghastly and almost pig-like.
Oh yeah, she does look pig-like. I see this picture, and the only thing I can think of is, that's all, folks.
Toy Story 2. 1999's Toy Story 2 saw the introduction of some new talking toys that weren't in the first movie, one of them being the excitable Jessie.
Oh, Bullseye! We're part of a family again!
Buzz Lightyear immediately found himself attracted to the cowgirl.
Is this gonna talk about right here where Buzz gets a quote-unquote boner with his wings popping out? Because if it does, great.
And introduced himself to her in bumbling fashion. Jessie seemed impressed and immediately grabbed Buzz to tell him how sweet she thought he was. But if you pause that scene at a very specific moment, it looks as though she's drunk as hell.
I was wrong, never mind. I'm gonna debunk that theory right now. Toys don't drink.
Number 15, a hero is only as good as his weapon!
Hercules. He meets Meg after saving her from the giant centaur known as Nessus by defeating the beast with his phenomenal strength. When he goes to see how Meg is, as she's cleaning her hair in some nearby water, he takes a hit to the face from her soaking locks when she turns around. Pause the scene at just the right moment, and you'll see Herc looking more like the sassiest diva in town than a super strong heroic warrior.
I honestly feel like these guys are just running out of ideas on what to say about these paused moments. They're probably in their office like, we need a video. What do you say? That right there. Where are you watching? Hercules, sorry. No. What is that paused moment? I don't know. Meg just slapped him in the face. That looks like he is a sassy diva. We need to use that in a video.
Cinderella. 1950's Cinderella is one of the sweetest, most innocent, and quintessentially Disney movies that the company has ever produced. Nobody could ever take any scenes out of context from such a family-friendly Disney classic, right? Right? Wrong. In the scene in which the Grand Duke and the palace footmen are peering over the balcony, pausing it at a certain point looks as though the pair are indulging in some male-on-male intimacy.
I'm just not going to comment on this one because of the whole GENIE and the SULTAN thing at the beginning of this video, so I'm just going to move on to the next one.
Aladdin. There are a lot of scenes in 1992's Aladdin in which the titular character is in motion, and when paused, performing some anatomically impossible poses. But this one takes the cake. It's the scene in which he uses a fish as a makeshift pair of pants. Aladdin stretches whilst running, and the shape of his body basically looks like he's broken every bone he's got.
I don't see what's wrong with this, he's just Michael Jackson.
Beauty and the Beast. There's a scene in which Le Fou serenades Gaston with a song about how great he is, and it includes a moment in which Le Fou wraps a man's belt around Gaston's neck to demonstrate how thick and muscular it is. Unfortunately, when paused, there's a moment in which Gaston looks as though he's experimenting with a little BDSM.
I'm sorry, what? Let me check something really quick. Alright, when was Beauty and the Beast made? 1991. When was BDSM a thing? That says thing. Okay, so Beauty and Beast, 1991. BDSM, 1960. Oh, you know what? I'd believe it. Maybe Gaston is into BDSM.
Can you guess this movie from these emojis?
Is it Madagascar?
Stay tuned for the answer at the end of our video. Toy Story. When you're talking about kids' movies that can easily be appreciated by adults, the Toy Story franchise might just take the cake. The original film might have less sneaky adult moments than its two sequels, but it does have one mature moment that once you understand it will definitely make you laugh. In one scene, we get to see some pretty messed up toys at Sid's house.
Oh, I already know what's gonna say. That's a hooker.
And one of them is a flirtatious plastic fishing rod with Barbie legs attached to it. If you take a second to think about it, it's pretty clear that the filmmakers were creating a character that was literally a hooker.
What did I say? I was right, like always.
Frozen. Frozen absolutely took the world by storm in 2013, and ever since it was released, kids and adults alike just haven't been able to let it go.
Cold never bothered me anyway.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
You're gonna need to apologize for more than just a joke. You need to apologize for this whole video. It is almost 30 minutes long, and most of it is just a ton of BS.
The film features lots of fun jokes for the whole family to enjoy.
Watch out for my butt!
But there are also definitely some moments specifically designed to connect with adult viewers.
What's his favorite food?
Sandwiches.
Best friend's name?
Probably John.
Eye color.
Dreamy.
Foot size?
Foot size doesn't matter.
Any adult watching will instantly connect that line with the age-old idea of, does size matter?
Okay, yeah, I guess that one's kind of right true. What?
Cars. Regardless of how disappointing the sequel was, the first Cars movie was definitely one of Disney's best original concepts, and hit a chord with kids worldwide. The story of Lightning McQueen was a whole lot of fun, but hidden between the races are some pretty sneaky adult jokes. One of the best moments that definitely slipped past kids is written in plain sight on the truck stop sign. The sign advertises that its restaurant features all convertible waitresses. This is, of course, a joke saying that the restaurant has topless waitresses for customers to enjoy.
You know, I always wondered about this because I remember hearing something about that. I rewatched the movie and I saw it. How does that work? Because, I get it, convertible waitresses. I get the joke, topless. But there's a scene earlier in the movie where the two fangirl cars literally flash McQueen.
I'm Mia. I'm Tia. We're like your biggest fans.
So, even though the convertibles are topless, aren't all cars technically showing boobs? I never understood that.
Do you mind if I kiss the monkey? Ooh, hairball.
Aladdin.
Ah yes, back to Aladdin.
Right before Jasmine and Aladdin are set to get hitched, the genie says these words.
I thought the Earth wasn't supposed to move until the honeymoon.
The phrase earth moving is a metaphor for reaching sexual climax.
No, yeah, we know what that means. You don't have to explain it. There are literal children that watch you guys.
The Little Mermaid.
No, this isn't The Little Mermaid. It's apparently The Sopranos.
The Sopranos. The film's wedding scene featured an R-rated moment that adults watching closely were definitely shocked by.
R-rated scene, huh? Okay, what is it gonna be? What, some Honestly, I don't even know. I don't even know what's going to be R-rated here. I want to see what these guys are going to say. I want to hear the BS they're going to make up here.
When the minister is officiating the wedding, there seems to be a particularly large bulge protruding from his pelvic region.
Oh no. They didn't make it up. You can see his bulge.
Zootopia.
Ah, yes. Zootopia, the reason why I wanted to watch this video in the first place. I mean, look at that thumbnail.
Zootopia might technically be a kid's movie, but pretty much the whole plot of the film is centered around ideas of race relations and the war on drugs in America. These aren't ideas meant for young kids, and we have to think that the brains behind Zootopia were just using cute animals to get across a bigger, more important message.
Oh, wow, they just went like... Oh, they went balls deep with the real meaning behind Zootopia. I thought they were gonna talk about something involving the thumbnail.
The Incredibles. While their meeting starts with witty banter, it quickly evolves into a much steamier connection, capped off by a very suggestive line about what Elastigirl can do with her flexibility.
Well, I think you need to be more flexible.
We get it. She can do special things because she's flexible. Don't act like we don't know this. People were talking about this before Incredibles 2 came out. That movie came out 2 years before your video came out.
We've heard of people having crushes on anime characters before, but who knew Disney could take fans to that level as well? So there you have it.
Oh wait, that's it?
There's our list of 10 Disney movie moments that only adults will understand.
Oh wait, I gotta hear the movie thing.
And the answer to the movie emoji is...
Crap!